A lot of men actually think that they have confidence problem, but the truth is they have a father wound. And if you have a father wound, no amount of subscription that you pay for a gym, dating advice, and actually just working on the external aspect of confidence is going to heal you, because you are still operating from a wounded place, because you are still operating from a place where that little boy is seeking his father's validation. Because in this whole process, you are actually not building from power, you are building from lack and you're building from trauma as well. So, if you're a man who constantly thinks he's not good enough, who constantly overthinks, who does not have the confidence to even lead, or who collapses the moment a woman pulls away, pretty high chances that you are actually operating from a place of unhealed father wound. And no matter what you do externally, it's not going to heal the root of who you are as a man. And that is exactly something that we are going to discuss in today's video. So, if you're new here, I'm Vaishnavi and I'm a men's coach, and I help men heal with their traumas, attachment issues, and wounded masculinity in order for them to pursue a meaningful connection first with themselves and also a woman as well. Now, if you want to get coached by me and work with me in order for you to heal your father wound or even any childhood traumas, abandonment issues, attachment issues as well, you can fill out the form in the description box below. Apart from that, if you purely just want to build your masculine energy and get rid of your nice guy habits, I also have courses created for the same, which will also help you when it comes to subconscious rewiring, which will help you eliminate the identity that you are actually operating from. So, without any further ado, let's get into this video and talk about how your father wound is actually impacting your masculinity. Now, first, let's talk about why your masculinity is performative. Now, if you were brought up in a household where your father's love was conditional, where you only felt appreciated by him when you achieved something in your life, then there are very high chances that you kind of subconsciously tied your worth to how well you perform, because you were constantly as a child trying to win his approval. And in this whole process, you get disconnected from your authentic masculinity and you actually end up in your wounded masculine energy where you are constantly performative. And this translates into your dating life where you're constantly doing things to earn that woman's approval, to earn her love as well. So now you also end up chasing success, degree, money, education just for you to feel good enough about yourself, because your entire identity is also based on that. And then you end up chasing women as well with the same mindset, and also you end up craving their external validation. You also end up collapsing when someone is not giving you that love. I've had people come to me on calls with me where they are talking about how externally they have everything. They have the success, they have the mindset, they have the money, education, whatever it is. But they're constantly getting rejected by women. Why? Because women can sense that your confidence is not coming from an internal good place, but it is coming from a place of performance, where somewhere subconsciously you have tied your worth also to the things that you actually achieve in your life. And this is where most of the people come to me and book a call with me to get coached by me, saying that, they want to build their confidence, they want to work on dating strategies. But soon enough, into the coaching session, I truly find out that the base problem is not that they lack dating strategies, they are operating from a wounded masculine place. The second thing that happens when you have a father wound is that you do not have certainty and self trust. Your father is the first example of masculine in your life, and your mother is the first example of the feminine in your life. And also, for you to develop healthy attachment, your father is the primary figure that builds that sense of self trust and certainty in you. Now, in your case, if your father was absent, if he was critical, if he was narcissistic as well, what happens is that internal anchor is not built within yourself. In a way, you do not have any example of how you can lead as a man. Your father is truly the first person who actually has to validate you as a child for you to build that certainty within yourself and that self trust. And what happens when this certainty and self trust is missing? This affects your confidence as a man because you had no masculine modeling in your life as well. So now you become a man who hesitates, who overthinks, who overgives as well, because you're constantly trying to get those words from someone else where you want to hear you are doing the right thing. And this means as an adult, you are also operating from that wounded boy where you are seeking external validation from people for you to get that confirmation from someone else that you are actually doing the right thing. And this is where I meet a lot of capable men. On paper, they have everything going on for them. But the moment someone pulls away or a woman pulls away, they collapse because all the lies that they actually build their life around is not allowing them to experience a healthy relationship in their life right now. And most men who are book smart, when it comes to actually dealing with women in real life, they don't even know how to speak to them, how to date someone, how to communicate, how to actually put their boundaries. And these real life skills are actually holding you back from you having a good, healthy relationship, because you have no skill set to even communicate and actually understand a woman's perspective. And this is not because you don't know what to do, and this is mainly because you don't trust yourself to do the right thing, because you were once that boy who always wanted to hear from his dad his appreciation for you. And I had one of my client who was actually an entrepreneur, very successful on paper, but his dating life was in a mess. He was constantly operating from that anxious energy. He didn't know even how to choose the right woman for himself. And on paper, he even looked good. He was going to the gym, he was fit, and still he was failing in his relationship area. Because why? Women do not just go after you for looks and money. Yes, shallow women go after for looks and money, but a woman with depth who you can actually build a good, healthy relationship is not going to choose you just purely based on that. So, if you want shallow women, you can operate from that mindset. But if you want a woman of substance, she is actually going to feel you. She's actually going to understand and intuitively know that how secure you truly feel in your own skin. And no woman wants to date or be in a connection with a man who is constantly clingy, who is constantly insecure, because women can truly feel your energy. And that's a skill and a gift all women have. And while working with this client, when we broke down into his childhood and into his past, most of them were not just women problem. It truly came from his father, where his father withheld affection. He constantly grew up hearing criticism from his father as to how he is not good enough as a child, how he is going to fail in his life if he doesn't do certain things. When you constantly hear these things from your father, what do you end up believing about yourself? That you are not enough as a man, and in this whole process, you lose that self trust. So, first, we truly had to work on his father wound and actually do a time travel back into his childhood and bring out the belief systems and narratives that he created about himself and address all of them one by one and do a subconscious rewiring around these belief systems to actually help him step into a new identity as a man. And once he started doing the subconscious identity work, in like 3 to 4 months, everything slowly started falling into place. His dating life, his masculinity, his confidence increased. He became magnetic as a man, and he always knew what was the right thing to say to a woman, because, in a way, he stopped caring about their validation altogether. And this aspect only happens when you rewire and regulate your subconscious mind and your nervous system as well. Now, let's talk about another important emotion that comes up in a man when he has a father wound. This is anger distortion. Most of you guys have fathers who are either very passive or who are very reactive. There is no middle ground, and very few fathers actually embody that healthy masculinity in the family as well. If you had a father who was reactive, either you learn that your anger is a very bad emotion and it has to be suppressed, or you completely lost touch when it comes to how to even regulate the anger within yourself. And then you end up becoming a man who either completely is passive, who doesn't know how to express his boundaries, and somewhere you end up suppressing all the anger and you bottle up all the resentment within you, even in dating, with friends, or in professional life as well. Or you end up becoming a man who does not have any regulation when it comes to actually handling his anger. And trust me, when you suppress this anger, one day it's going to come out, one day it's going to explode as if it's a pressure cooker exploding all at once. And this is one of the bigger shift actually men experience when they start working with me, wherein they stop being scared of their own emotions and they know how to handle their emotions, be it sadness, be it anger, be it anxiety, be it frustration, be it pain, and also the positive emotions as well, like building peace, building happiness within themselves, feeling whole within themselves. And this work requires a lot of commitment and a lot of strength even within you to actually start handling your emotions. In a way, you become the most attractive man in a woman's eye when you are regulated and when you are a man who can actually manage his emotions in a healthy way. Because remember, when you get into a relationship with a woman, she is naturally way more emotional than you are. Why? Because she has a 28-day hormonal cycle. You are essentially dating four different kind of women who is basically in the same body over a period of month. Why? Because she's constantly having hormonal changes. Her body does not reset the way your body resets because men operate from a 24-hour hormonal cycle and every single day you guys are basically the same. And next thing I want to talk about is how women trigger your wounds, especially when you have a father wound, because somewhere you have completely disconnected from your own healthy masculinity because it was never modeled to you. You don't even have an example of what a healthy masculine looks like because your father was supposed to set that example for you. When you're not able to lead in a relationship as a healthy masculine figure, somewhere your woman feels that frustration towards you. Either she doesn't trust you and she pulls away, or even if she is in a relationship with you, she actually does not trust you to lead, where she takes the control and she goes into her masculine in this whole process. And when you are in a relationship, this is where everything is exposed because women do not create new wounds inside you. They just reveal an existing wound inside you and they just add fuel to the fire. So, if you are a man who gets attached very fast, who is very reactive, who wants her validation, who is not secure within himself, this is not just purely caused by her presence alone. Somewhere as a child, you already felt these things, which is why your subconscious mind even got attracted to this very person who's going to reveal these wounds inside you because that's your familiar hell. So it's not about her, it is about what was never healed inside you. And you can change the woman, but your subconscious still holds that wound and that pattern. And as long as you are not going to heal that, you are just going to attract another woman and repeat the same story once again. And this is also one of the biggest area where most men get stuck because they read books, they understand everything logically, and men being men, you guys intellectualize everything, but you never work on healing yourself. You only talk about pattern awareness, but pattern awareness does not create change in your nervous system. That is a somatic work, that is a body based work that you need to do to actually rewire your system. And this is something most men do not want to face. So you can build all that money, you can go to the gym and build that physique, you can actually be very successful. But if you have that wounded boy inside you, it is going to spill over time and again. One question I always ask my clients is, if I take away your status, your achievement, your money, who are you? Do you still feel worthy? And most of the times, the answer is no, because you were taught from the very beginning of your life that your worth depends on the things you achieve and the things you do as a man. And this is what society preaches as well. But as long as you're going to operate from this energy, it's going to be very hard for you to attract a woman into your life who truly values you for who you are as a man and not for what you do as a man. And this is not a surface level issue that you can actually fix with discipline alone, because this is all about identity rewiring, your emotional imprinting from your childhood, and nervous system conditioning. And for that, you need to do the deeper work to actually bring out all the traumatic memory or bring out all the belief system and junk from your subconscious outside and heal them once and for all and rewire them once and for all. So, if you're watching this and you realize that this is you, you have two options. Either you can intellectualize this or just keep watching content, or you can actually do the work to heal yourself and to become that embodiment of a healthy masculine man who is able to attract the woman he truly desires in his life. And if you want to heal your father wound and if you are finally ready to stop feeling that you are not good enough, no matter what you do, you can fill out the form in the description box below and I can actually go through your application and see how I can even help you potentially heal your father wound as well. We will even break down what exactly is going on for you in the call that we book, and we will even decide that if this actually feels like the right fit and the right next step for you. So I hope this episode was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.